Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. If you're not new, my name is Sunny, and today's pick a card topic is going to be you messed up, can they forgive you? So this is a yes or no pick a card. So we have three piles. Pile 1 is on the left, pile 2 is in the middle, and pile number 3 is on the right side. 1, 2, and 3. So stop the video if you feel like you need more time, otherwise skip to the time step and I'll see you at your pile or piles of your selection. So I will start with pile number 1. So pile number 1, can they forgive you? Since you messed up, can they forgive you? This is a 10 of Swords reverse. This is a no, they can't forgive you. So I'm just going to give you a few seconds to kind of look at this card. So basically, pile 1, the reason why they can't forgive you is because I feel they felt like you strained the relationship or encounter with this person. Overall, they were very fatigued, and I think they're ready to start new elsewhere without you. If this situationship, or whatever it may be, whether it's romantic or not, that they had with you, it was very draining to them, and I think that's not what they want anymore. They're ready to start in a much brighter, I think they're starting or already in this energy of being in a different place where they're much happier and they're much lighter. They have less swords, possibly already taking the swords out of their back. I feel there was a betrayal. If this is a friendship, I think that you had a misunderstanding, or you had a lot of arguments with this person, and maybe harsh things were said, and it felt like a backstabbing, or like you guys had a fallout. And overall, this pile is basically telling me that you guys are not in the best of place with this person, but this person's ready to move on, and I think maybe you should too. Overall, this person's in a much brighter disposition now that the rain has gone, and I think that this person is walking away. This person right here, if it was upright, this person would be in stagnant, just taking the swords in, but this person's already stood up and this person's already walking away. So I'm sorry to say, if this was like a relationship, whether you wanted them back, the healthiest thing for you, pile 1, if this is like a romantic sense, is to let this person heal and walk away from this, because whatever it may be, if you know you were in the wrong, take acknowledgement of that, and there's no need to cancel you or anything, but acknowledge the fact that you messed up, and maybe this person might have blown things out of proportion how they got upset, but there was some truth to it, right? And I think that as long as you hold yourself accountable and you both take accountability for whatever it may be, it should be fine in the long run. I think it's the healthiest thing to want to improve yourself after you found out the problem. So I hope that helped, pile 1. This person can, if you're looking for if they can forgive you, like maybe later down the road, I don't think they will. I think it's going to take a long time. I think this person, if they want to forgive you, it would take way too long for them to forgive you. There must be a deep reason why they don't want to forgive you fast, because sword energy is still kind of fast, and if it's reversed, it's kind of long. So I hope that helped to let this person heal. This person needs to really go back into what made them happy, and maybe being around you isn't the happiest thing for them. It's not as fulfilling and enlightening. It's not lighthearted. It's not something that they can try to move on from easily. They were hurt pretty bad, and you should let them walk away unscathed, and if you didn't hurt them. But this person is very hurt, and they're starting new, but it just feels like this person is farther away from you. But yeah, I hope that helped, pile 1. I'm sorry this isn't the message you want to hear, but sometimes it's necessary to be truthful to yourself. And I will start with pile number 2. Let me switch this. So take a sip of water. Pile number 2. So you messed up. Can this person forgive you? This is sorry, pile 2. pile 2, you have the Three of Swords reversed. So I'm going to give you a few seconds to kind of see the card from a close perspective. So pile number 2, can this person forgive you? This is a no. The reason why they can't forgive you, I feel like there's like a third party situation. Or I feel like you broke their heart. I feel overall for this pile, harsh things were said. A betrayal was made, promises and compromises weren't made. I feel that you know that. Whether you're choosing to acknowledge that because you're trying to put those rose-colored glasses on and you're like, oh, this can work. It'll work. It's okay. We just talk about it. No. That's not how it works. You have to acknowledge the fact that some people don't always want to talk to the person who hurt them, right? Or made the betrayal. Whether it's a friendship. I think maybe there was a reason why you possibly might have felt like they got backstabbed by you. Maybe you talk to people that they aren't comfortable with, and maybe you did something you weren't supposed to. In a verbal sense of like maybe you told them things you weren't supposed to that was from their own privacy, or divulge. I think you might have divulged some secrets that you weren't supposed to. Maybe this is a friendship, or even in a romantic sense. There was just third party, like maybe you had a bit of a wandering eye, or you were talking to somebody that they weren't comfortable with, and they had already discussed it with you, and you just chose to ignore it. Or maybe you ended up leaving this person, and you're kind of wondering if they can forgive you. No, this is a no. They don't want to forgive you because you hurt them. You broke their heart. That heart chakra space is kind of hurt. It's not as strong, and they need to heal. In this moment, they need to heal, and you shouldn't be part of this healing process. You should just acknowledge the fact that, there's reasons why everybody wants to not be part of that healing process, and this person doesn't feel that you need to be suited for this. Overall, I think that, I'm sure this person you can always heal from anything, but I do think it might take them some lengthy amount of time to, pull the swords out of their heart and move on. Sword energy is usually fast as well, like I said, for pile number 1, but I do think that they're taking their time. They're taking the time to walk, heal themselves from this energy. I think that at some point, for some reason, I'm also getting that another possibility would be that this person felt like you rejected them, and maybe you did reject them, but you rejected them in a sense where you felt like you were being honest about your feelings, but that hurt. Or you want to have this friend, but they want to be more than friends, and you're like, no, I'm not interested, and that hurt their feelings, and they're heartbroken. I feel like there's some rejection here. Like maybe you want to have their friendship, but not have them as like a romantic partner, and it didn't go well. But I think they're gonna look to somebody else to give that cup to, which is great. If this is the case, no is no. You shouldn't feel responsible in that aspect if you're being honest. Honesty doesn't always mean what you want to hear, but it's necessary to feel, to basically put up those boundaries of respect, right? So as long as you didn't play this person, I think it's okay, but I do think that this person doesn't want to forgive you, and they're a bit sour. So, and this is a situation, I'm sorry, Paul too, but there's other people, you can be close friends with. This doesn't have to be with this person. Unfortunately, sometimes that's what's kind of a deal breaker. You can't always be friends with people you have had romantic interests or feelings for. And if it's like a family situation, I think that you were disappointed in them because you offered your cup possibly to them, like you poured your emotions onto this to this family member, and they betrayed you. Like maybe they just talked about your feelings, or you talked about what you talked about, with them, with the rest of the family, and that was like not okay for you. So, or vice versa, like they did that to you, and you talked to other people in your family, maybe for advice or something, but they took it the wrong way, or they didn't like or appreciate the fact that you divulged their secrets, so they're not okay with that. So I'm sorry about you, they can't forgive you, but sometimes you just need to hear that message, plain and simple. So I will start with pile number 3. Select a different pile if you were attracted to. And pile number 3. Can this person forgive you? You have the Knight of Swords, upright, so this is a yes. I think you guys are willing to discuss. I think you're about to have an incoming message with this person. Knight of Pentacles. Knight of Swords is someone that's charging ahead, and I think you're charging ahead, and this person's charging ahead to talk to you. I think they might use strong words and aggressive words because it's sword energy. Look at the way the Knight is. The Knight is charging with a sword. The Knight is being fast and aggressive, and you might not appreciate these words, but sometimes it's necessary to hear. There's a reason why this conversation is needed. But yeah, I think for this pile, this person can forgive you, but you're gonna have a confrontation. This confrontation is necessary. Doesn't mean it has to be aggressive. It's just you're gonna use an interesting assortment of words. Maybe you could cuss. Maybe you could just be cold, or maybe you could be ruthless. Vice versa, both ways. But I think the conversation's gonna be a little cutthroat, a bit sharp-tongued, but it was necessary to kind of, be honest and truthful so that you guys can move on. I don't know if you, I feel both people in this situation are gonna have very good arguments, strong arguments, but it's going to be productive, not healthy. I can't be the person to tell you it's healthy, but I think I can tell you enough, it'll be productive enough where it'll get you somewhere. That's what I feel. So I think it's possibly likely relating to you guys moving on from something. I think both of you can get past this issue. Possibly you guys might have meddled with the wrong people. Somebody might have had an affair. Somebody might have backstabbed a friendship. Or if it's a family setting, somebody could have said awful things, maybe out of spite from a conversation argument. Or somebody might have, had a few too many drinks and said a little bit too much, and that might have hurt people's emotions, right? Those kinds of situations. And someone's taking the high road. At first you guys were taking the high road and walking away, but you had a lot of pent up things to say, and I think you guys will have the space to eventually talk, but I think it's going to be soon. I think you already are in the works of, or soon coming into that space of wanting to speak out and speak your mind, speak your piece, and you'll move on from that. But yeah, I think overall this conversation is going to be productive. You might not like what you hear all the time. It is a sword energy, but it's blunt. It's to the point. And I feel like I'm already being blunt and to the point. I feel like I suddenly wanted to get colder, like an icier, like energy, but it's okay. Sometimes you have to have your moments of, not all conversations are going to be like sweet and positive and like considerate. There you go. They're not always going to consider your emotions, but I think this conversation doesn't require that, because for whatever it may be, it was necessary and it was already pent up. I think you guys were possibly avoiding each other's feelings before, and finally you're like, okay, let's cut to the chase. Yes, this bothered me. Don't do that again. Or I'll for sure leave. Things like that. So yeah, I hope you enjoyed that pile number 3. I feel like I was just so... I didn't want to go too much into detail. I think I just wanted to make it to the point and blunt for this pile. I feel I just didn't want to, use pretty words. I just wanted to get it over with. It's like, ugh. I didn't feel that so much for the other piles. Like, they had very different meanings, but I think this pile just made me want to just cut to the chase. Just be like, okay, the message was said. Enough is enough. You don't need to go along with extra things that are necessary. So I hope that helped. I hope you guys enjoyed that pile. Pile 3. If you stuck around, thank you so much for sticking around. And I hope you have a great day, because you made it a great day. Only take what resonates. Not everything in here is going to be meant for everybody. It's a general reading. So thank you all for sticking by, and I'll see you soon. So bye-bye, everybody.